Hello.
Hey, Sawyer, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm Tyson Heaton. I work with the Lean Enterprise Institute, and this is who are you?
I'm Sawyer Heaton. I'm
Okay.
a high school student. I'm studying computer science at the Catalyst Center and at Viewmont High School.
Okay. Getting ready to graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking forward to that.
So. It's gonna be a
Ready
big change.
to...
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you don't jump out of your parents' house too soon and they get
Yeah.
to enjoy you a little longer, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
So I understand we have the screen up here, but
Mhm.
maybe just give me a quick overview of of what this is. I mean, it says London Bridge educational platform, like what it is and what it does.
Mhm. Yeah. So London Bridge is a company that I lead at the Catalyst Center. This educational platform, it's designed to integrate AI seamlessly in education in a way that's more beneficial than how AI has been used in classrooms so far. I created it because, so my first year in high school, GPT 3.5 was released. So I was able to see the transformation in education from when that was released until now. And I think it's been primarily negative for students and teachers.
How so?
Yeah. So it's similar to having Google, but it can answer any question, it can write any essay, and it's such a useful tool. But more often than not, it's just used for cutting corners, cheating, and really just taking away from the student's learning experience.
It sounds like you're passionate about learning.
Yeah, I've been a lifelong learner, even though I'm 18. I enjoy learning. I think it's important that we maintain the ability to learn in future generations.
Okay. So you
Uh,
built this thing,
yeah.
AI's in it,
Mhm.
and is it for students, teachers, parents? Who in the system would use it?
Yeah, all three. So the idea is large language models can share context between chats. You probably know this from when you use like ChatGPT and it can remember like where your location is generally or information and it can carry that context in other conversations. I figured you could also share context between parents, teachers, and students.
Okay.
So a student could be chatting with an AI and a parent could prompt their AI and ask, "How's my student doing?" And with that shared context system, the AI could update the parent on how the student is using their assistant.
Okay. Well, why don't we just dive in and you can show us who should we start with like if I'm a student and I end
Yeah.
up using this thing, what does my view look like and how am I interacting with it?
Yeah. So I have my screen shared here.
Hmm.
This is a new user I've created, uh, or I have to create a user.
Okay. So this is what you'd see if you were kind of getting in for the first time, typically.
Yeah. So this portal, this login system will be changed later, but uh, all right. Yeah. So when you log in at first, you are shown this Discover Your Learning Style quiz.
Hmm.
One feature of the AI is that it adapts to your learning style. For now, I have this system. It's the VARK system, so visual, audio, kinesthetic, and reading and writing.
Okay. And that's
So
like if
yeah.
I learn by like watching things versus
Mhm.
listening to things versus kinesthetics, that's kind of hands on.
Yeah, hands-on.
Okay.
Yeah, like physical models, diagrams, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So it walks you through this. And each of these questions is related to a different learning style. You can select multiple. I'm just going to skip through it the best I can.
Okay.
So the it not only totals the scores and gives you a percentage, but it also passes in these individual question answers when
Okay.
uh when a student prompts the AI. So we'll be able to draw on these answers specifically.
So it kind of gives a baseline for how the LLM is going to interact with them. Is that what this is doing?
Yeah, it's so when I was doing the first testing for a AI teaching assistant,
Hmm.
I started it out by having the AI ask the student questions and figure out how the student liked to learn.
Hmm.
And people saw a great increase in how much they enjoyed learning with the large language model if they were asked these questions first. Because if it teaches you the way you natively want to learn, it just
Okay.
makes it a much better experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So here you can see it gives you the scores for each of your learning styles.
Yeah.
And you can continue onto the dashboard and you can add a course over here. Currently, it's
Okay.
just open to anyone. You can have join any of the courses.
So do I
Uh,
do I upload the course myself if I'm the student, or how does the course get added?
yeah, so if you're a student, you can upload your own course and create your own assignments and such with this create course option.
Okay.
Or you can join your teacher's course if they already have it integrated into your school.
Okay. So if I'm a student, I could click that maybe, click that, create your own course.
Yeah.
And I could take my teacher's course description and put in there,
Yeah.
and that could be a reference material.
Huh?
Or I could like look up course
Yeah.
descriptions online and upload them in there, and that provides some guidance around that course. Okay.
Yeah. Like you could do this and then go in and create your own assignments.
Okay. I got
Yeah.
you.
So over here, I have a demo student.
Okay.
So this student has all of the data you might have as a student in a classroom. So you have your two classes, a light course load, but how else are you supposed to get A's? Uh, in here we have a couple of assignments. So when the student is chatting with the AI, it passes this context from the assignment, their learning style, and their teacher's preferences for
Hmm.
how the AI should behave. So when the student first chats with it, you don't have to paste in your assignment. It just automatically knows how it should behave and what it needs to know.
I see.
Yeah, and then it can walk you through, like here you can see that it's t talking with Arnold about how ice works and how density works with ice. So
Okay.
if we go back to the one of the other assignments he hasn't started yet, let's see if this one. All right. So if you say like, what is this assignment?
Yeah.
It is broken.
Bugs.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a tech demo without a bug. But yeah. So the uh
We could
what
go to
would
one that's maybe midway through or something and see the
yeah.
history.
Yeah. So you can see it says I'm confused about this solar system scale model. If I scale plants to visible sizes, the distances change. And it can use that prompt information from the assignment details. And there's also an invisible layer that the teacher has access to add in information about, such as how it should be graded, what topics that AI can't go to, or how to teach the student.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they
And it
mostly
promotes,
interacting here in this chat window to complete the
mm,
assignment.
yeah. And then they also have their submission box down here. So this is
Oh,
already
okay.
submitted. So they can, like, in the end, they can just say, okay, now summarize what I've learned. And they can just put that into the text box.
Uh-huh.
So that they, like you can see here, it's some of the things they're talking about. The scale model 1 to 1 billion, it's over here. Yeah.
I see. That's cool.
Well, yeah. Another feature as a student, you have this AI tutor chat, which has the access to all of their courses.
Mm.
And hopefully this one works. All right, we could say, what are some moments I learned something new in my assignments?
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
so in here it has a couple of their assignments. So, like black holes presentation, you learned about black hole physics, formation, and recent discoveries. And if we go back into the black hole assignment, you can see that yes, they did have that in their chat data. So, yeah,
Very cool. So you
yeah,
mentioned there's
and
like a teacher view, or do you want,
yeah,
or are we ready to
yeah,
move
we're good to
there?
go.
Okay.
Yeah, so here I have this student is lucky. He has Neil deGrasse Tyson as his teacher. So as the teacher, you have a couple more features. You have your courses and each of your students. So this is basically what we have in our school system right now. We have Canvas, so it's very similar. You have your assignments and the students. Arnold, that student we saw earlier. You can view the assignments they have
So
and grade them.
here, on
Yeah.
the students, if there are multiple assignments, you'd see those stack
Mhm.
up. And if the
Yeah.
teacher has a bunch of students, would those show when you click the students button?
Yeah. Currently, I just have only a couple demo students, so
Okay.
there's one student in each class.
So if I'm a teacher, I might see like all 30 of my students
Yeah.
and the
Mhm.
multiple classes that I have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In here, we have the assignments. The
Hmm.
teacher can edit the assignment. They can edit the point value, the due date, and the assignment. I want to add
Okay.
more information later, but there's also the advanced tab, which is where that teacher can enter the custom context for the AI.
Hmm.
And like the student, the teacher also has a general students. So they could ask which students are struggling in my classes.
Hmm.
And then it would fetch the course data and say, all right, your student Phoebe is struggling, has an average of 81%. So since the student teacher has a higher grade point average in their courses,
Mm.
it's less likely that we'll be able to find one that's necessarily struggling. But
Well,
if we,
does that look just based off grade point average, or does it ever is ever like, man, Dave spent a lot of time asking the same questions on this
yeah,
topic. You might want to go talk to him.
yeah, it can look through the assignment data and like the assignment progress. So let's say the student was working on an assignment for a longer than average point of time, it
Mm.
could inform the teacher.
Okay.
Yeah. Another feature of the AI is that it uh, prompts connections between students and teachers and
Mm.
parents. So it tries to inform teachers, parents, students on how they could learn together. So, like if a parent asks, how can I help my student learn outside of school? They could recommend museums, library, that kind of thing.
Hmm. And then if
Let's see
it
if we,
recommended a museum or library, it could like fetch local libraries or museums in your area
yeah.
that are related to that content.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's really cool.
I have it set up so that it has your zip code.
Uh-huh.
So it can, from there, find local areas for you.
Okay.
Okay, let's see if we can. I entered the password wrong, probably.
You're trying
Yeah.
to remember 30 different personas,
Oh my
usernames,
gosh,
and
I have so
passwords.
many. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So here we can, let's see. That's the same question. I think this teacher should have one of the students who are struggling. Yeah. So here you can see
okay.
Carlos. Carlos in climate and engineering currently has an average score of 58.3%. 3%. And there's me in the math class because I just created it and didn't do any assignments.
That sounds familiar.
Slacking. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the teacher view.
Mhm.
Really cool. I can see how a teacher could get a nice snapshot of all the students and
Yeah.
what's happening there. Let's say for me as a parent, like,
Mhm.
what am I going to see? I'm currently,
Yeah.
I log into like Canvas and these sort of things, and I see
Mhm.
a million courses and I see a bunch of
Yeah.
grades and loads of assignments. And it's always like I'm sorting through all the things. What's
Yeah.
my interaction going to look like um,
Mhm.
with this program? Oh,
Yeah. So we have on here, this is Arnold's mother.
hmm.
In here, you can see that his assignment, if you had multiple kids, it fills in multiple lines for them. So you can
Okay.
take a look at more detailed information like individual assignments, or you can go into that same kind of general chat and
Oh,
say,
that's nice.
yeah. So you can just say, like, how's my student doing in their courses?
Yeah,
And
I
instead of
could be
having to go
like,
through, yeah,
I could be
it
like,
says,
what three assignments should I most be worried about next week?
yeah. So it gives you information about how he can learn at home, how he's doing. If you look
Hmm.
up like specifically, let's see if it can,
Oh, this is cool.
what
For home
percent
strategies, you can create
in
dedicated
classes.
space. Oh, it even gives tips on
Uh-huh. Yeah.
on how a parent can impact their kid's
Mhm.
education.
Yeah. So that's something I coded in. I really
Ah,
think that that connection between the parent and student, like I think some of the best lessons I've learned have been through my parents and through experiencing the world with them. And I wanted to make it easier for parents to kind of bond with their kids over what they're learning. I think that's an important part of growing up. So,
so
and
it
then
like
over here, yeah,
augments. Well, I think this is really cool. Hold on one sec.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah, I
scroll
can
up to
scroll up.
that text section again. So it's kind of coaching the
Mhm.
parent with coaching tips
Yeah.
the for the student.
Mhm.
That's really cool because it really like is enabling the parent to
Mhm.
engage in a healthy way
Yeah.
with their kid around study and education.
Yeah.
That's
Like
cool.
that's another problem with Canvas. Like it just shows you raw data and percentage points.
Yeah,
And that just
it
kind of
doesn't coach you. It's
like
isn't
all you
saying like
yeah, like all my parents say is just do your homework or don't do it, depending on the percentage level. But if
would it be
instead, yeah, would be what?
I said what'd be really scary is if like the A like if it like listens to my phone and stuff, and then it would be like in the tips, like I heard you yell at your kid like 3 times this week. That is not helping their educational ability.
Yeah. On that note, the AI also picks up on it's a learning assistant, so it picks up on uh, what students shouldn't be accessing. The
Mm,
AI isn't designed to be an emotional like assistant to the student. They're not designed to be a therapist.
yeah.
So if it does recognize that they're either accessing content that they shouldn't be or using the AI in a way that isn't for learning, it can block or stop their AI usage and then sends a
Okay.
report to the parent and the student depending on the severity.
I see.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
S- Oh, go ahead.
oh, yeah, down here, it also fetches the exact data, so 91.7 and 89.0. And you can see that uh, I think it reloaded my when
Too
I have these
many
multiple tabs
too
open,
many
it will
tabs.
log me out. Yeah, because they're all logged in. So if I accidentally reload one page,
Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, we can just go back to Arnold and see that he has the 89.0 and the 91.6. Yeah. And then let's say your student wasn't Arnold and you had Carlos with his 56% average.
yeah.
It can do the same thing. Like, how's my student doing in that courses? And it can tell you that we'll see right about now. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, to improve his grades, it gives you study that's related to his courses. You can even say, how can I help him learn at home about his course content?
Does huh. I'm
See,
wondering like this I'm wondering if I'm the parent and I'm in here and the chat recommends like oh, try and create this space and see how it helps. And then if I come back 2 weeks later, is it gonna like
mm,
follow up on it? Or does it cache that context or is that kind of like potentially on the back burner or in development?
yeah. So currently I have this main chat just deletes every time you leave the
Okay.
window. I haven't done as much with the parent or teacher view as I have with the student. Uh, so if we go back in here, it's erased and it doesn't keep that memory.
I
But
see.
I do want to do a lot more with that kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, there's so much you can do with this technology, and I'm realizing the main problem with AI is that we just haven't utilized it the way we could.
Okay.
Yeah,
Really cool. Um, maybe uh maybe you could stop sharing and we can talk a little bit about maybe how did you build it, how long it
yeah,
took, what it involved,
yeah,
and some of the future thoughts and stuff for it. I think you can just hit
yeah.
stop share, or I can.
I have some of the back end stuff I could use as visuals
Oh,
too.
cool. All
Yeah.
right. So how long did it
So
take you to build this whole thing?
yeah, so the I started at the beginning of this school year. I started leading my first team in my tech high school. So I was able to have a lot more freedom with projects that I worked on, but there was more time constraint. So I've been doing a lot of this at home. It's been about I think we're in our fourth month of the year.
About how
Fourth,
many hours would you
yeah.
guess total?
So
Thousands,
that
hundreds,
probably a
tens of thousands?
couple hundred at least. I like do this during class every
Uh,
day. Like I do it during my chemistry class. I do it during my math class. I spend hours at home programming it.
well, it's kind of cool. You
Yeah,
could probably like test it while you do your homework. Yeah. You're like doing
I
your,
do. Yeah.
that's funny.
Mhm.
And then how is it built? Did you code it yourself? Did you use vibe coding? Did you, you know,
Yeah.
what's the complexity? I really don't know a ton about how these things get
Yeah.
built and just the idea of like what happens here.
Mhm.
Oh, what's this screen here?
Yeah, so this is the schematic as to how the software works together.
Okay.
Uh, like you asked about how I coded it. I've been studying programming since I was in about the third grade, third grade. I've gotten really proficient at it, but with the introduction of vibe coding, I realized that this is going to revolutionize the way we program. I think that a lot of people say there's so many risks and it creates terrible code. It really just, if you're skilled at programming, you're going to be skilled at vibe coding. And it can actually, the same way my program accelerates learning, if you talk with it correctly, you'll get a high overview of the program. You'll learn much faster and more efficiently than if you didn't
Okay.
have these tools. But yeah, so here we have the diagram I made. So front end, so you have the student, teacher, and parent portal. That's what you saw. The
Okay.
front end is like the website.
Okay.
Uh, Back end layer. So a back end, this back end is Flask. Flask communicates with each of the Python files. So Python is a programming language. It's does a lot of math, has a very versatile language. Uh, but Python can't directly communicate with your website. So you have
Okay.
this API, application program interface. It just kind of communicates between these two layers. And then each of these
Okay.
files interacts with the database. So that's where the student data is held. That's where the parent data, teacher courses, that kind of thing is held. And then currently we have an API key. So that just kind of allows us to use ChatGPT's AIs for rent. But in the future, we want to host that locally.
Okay.
Um, yeah,
And then
so
on the top, like it looks like these were all wrote in React.
mhm,
Uh, did you hard code? Did you code those, or how much did you leverage vibe coding versus just coding in the
yeah,
terminal?
this was just entirely spun up. I did this about 10 minutes before the meeting started.
Oh, I mean
I
the
oh the
portals that we saw.
these are the portals from before.
Yeah, these were done in React or JavaScript, the student portal and the
Oh yeah.
teacher portal.
So yeah, the React Invite they use JSX. So JSX is JavaScript, but with additional functionality for other plugins like React. It's yeah, just front end. It's like any other website design. It just allows you to have more control over how it looks and adds more functionality.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I made this so that you can run through it. So yeah, so this is it going through a demo of what it would look like.
As it works.
Yeah,
I
and
see.
I'll slow it down in a minute. All right. All right. So yeah, you start with the student portal. The student sends a chat request that goes into the backend API. This backend decides which of these it goes to every time the data passes in, and it passes it to the context builder, and that's what assembles the data for from taking data from the database, from the student's request, and from anywhere else in the program to compile that prompt for the AI. That hits the token service. This estimates the cost of the message. If it exceeds a certain amount, like a message shouldn't cost over a couple cents, really. Uh, it then if it goes over that amount, it heads back to the context builder to trim that to a more manageable level. Then it heads to the AI service. This is what formats the database information for the LLM to understand. So it kind of just makes it in a way that it expects that structure to be and sends that to OpenAI. Uh, it processes that data the way you would with a chatbot, sends it back to here, and the AI service once again translates it back into a way that is easier for the rest of the program to understand. Then heads back to the API, updates the database with the new information the AI has generated, and then it sends it back to the student through the API with the proper text information. And as you saw, that only takes a couple of seconds when it's ran in the portal.
Okay. Very
But
cool.
yeah,
Did you have your team help you build this, or how much of the code did you write personally? Um,
yeah. I did all of the software. I had my team work on the server. So I have a Ryan Langston. He does the servers. So he's been building our servers. We get grants at the tech school I go to. So he's been budgeting and building our AI server. I have another team member who's working on a physical voice assistant that the teacher could use.
Hmm.
The teacher could have like an Alexa-like system in their classroom that can help them teach live as the students are interacting with their AIs.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So,
And then,
um,
Mhm.
next steps, what's on the, I mean, it's like you've got some good test data in there and you've played
Mhm.
around a lot. Have you put this in the hands of any users? What do you think the next steps are here for you?
Yeah, we only have a few users right now that have been demoing it. The first rollout, we're going to go to a homeschool parents. The reason behind this is because in a homeschool situation, we can have more access to the student data. There's a lot of requirements for school data in the district that would restrict the amount of data we could train on. From there, I want to see if we can roll it out to some teachers in our district, such as the teacher that I am taking this class with. I have a couple other teachers at my home high school I showed the program to, and they're really interested in using it in their classroom. And then, yeah, my hopeful launch date is beginning to mid-January
Hmm.
for the first round of users.
Okay. Have you got feature requests or do you have a feature backlog of things that you want to add to the
I
program or
have,
ideas that are always spinning up?
yeah, there's so many. I'm like always, when I get a project like this, I'm always on it. I'm always thinking about it. Uh, uh, I want to add more functionality specifically into the submission methods. I want to add images, video, that kind of thing. I also want to make it so the AI can understand images, so the student
Hmm.
can screenshot what they're working on in another page and send it to the AI. Yeah, I also want to add a lot more accessibility for like blind, deaf, that kind of thing.
Okay. On this thought, so I've noticed this with other software companies that have maybe based themselves in AI,
Hmm.
is they put a lot of energy into building something, and
Hmm.
then the model advances or like Gemini surges ahead,
Yeah.
and they're like, crap, we build a bunch of code that now
Hmm.
doesn't matter. I notice here in your diagram, you've got GPT-4 there. Does
Yeah.
it, how hard is it, or is it in your kind of product lifecycle plan to be
Hmm.
able to interchange APIs and leverage new capability that the
Hmm.
generative AI models bring online?
Yeah. So currently it uses what's called an API key. Like I said, it's like a password or a key that allows you to use their servers. It's really as easy. There's one file that holds this API key. It's just a quick switch between the newer model. So the API key I'm using right now uses GPT-4, or I can change it to whatever
Mm,
model I want. Uh, I think for the when I send it out to like homeschool parents, they'll have the option of either using our servers or using an API key. For schools, I want to, if we're able to get it running out of school, I'd recommend installing a database and then running the AI locally. That'd make it a lot safer for student data. If it doesn't have to travel off of the school's network, it's much safer, less likely for there to be a data breach, that kind of thing.
mm. Well, this is really cool. It makes my mind like, whoa, because
Hmm.
I'm like, oh, if I'm an auditory learner, can I just
Hmm.
speak into it and it speak
Yeah.
back? And then like if I'm a teacher and I'm like, wait a minute, I can have audio files and know that it's audio prompt in there.
Hmm.
So then it changes the way I can test and quiz students.
Yeah.
So I think this technology is really awesome in terms of
Hmm.
opening up possibilities. And it's really cool to see the focus on it being used to enhance education and build depth of capability
Hmm.
versus the answer machine that
Yeah.
hallucinates.
Yeah.
So really
I,
cool. Um, Anything else you'd say, or like what is your thoughts on the future about students and education, and how often are you like grumpy old man pessimistic versus excited?
yeah. I think it's the pessimism that made me want to create this. I think we are at a very big turning point in human history. Uh, with the creation of this artificial intelligence, I think we can either have it make us into something greater than we've been before, or it can send us down a path where each human has no mind and like we're just,
Scary thought, huh?
yeah.
We
Yeah,
get
well,
increasingly like shorter attention
isolationist.
spans,
Yeah.
isolated and cranky.
And
Uh,
the destruction of knowledge itself, just with how much hallucinated information is out online.
mm,
Like one of the reasons why large language models aren't jumping as much as they used to is because they've muddied the water so much with their older models
mm.
generation.
So
So
regurgitating old data.
yeah, like an Ouroboros snake. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's the saying that the old ranchers like a dog turned to its vomit.
Yeah.
It's gross.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sounds good. Thanks for showing
Yeah.
the demo. I would be
Of course. Thanks for
excited.
having me.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do an update as this
Hmm.
progresses
For sure.
and see how it advances. Really cool. Thanks,
Yeah.
Sawyer.
Yeah. Thank you.